Hey guys, welcome back. This is Summer again from Alibaba Cloud Database Product Team. In the past few weeks, focused on database security, we introduced 10 threats to your database, 10 tips to improve your database security. And last week, we introduced a feature of open source MySQL to create password policy to ensure that you always use strong password. This week, we will introduce how to deal with your sensitive data. With no doubt, I believe there are a lot of ways you can choose from to realize sensitive data handling, but our suggestion would be to use data management service on Alibaba Cloud, which can help you to do data masking for different systems in your production environment. Okay, for those who are not familiar with this product, you can check on our website. I will leave the topic to my colleague AK because he's more experienced in this product. And he will give you guys much more details about this tool and even conduct a live demonstration. So next, let me switch to AK directly.
Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Kapoor and I'm a database architect in Alibaba Cloud. And being a database architect, we generally work on various database solutions related to the OLTP, OLAP, NoSQL. So we are going to have various short videos on the DMS where we will pick up each and every concept of the DMS which we think might be useful for the various businesses, which is generally kind of various occurrences. So in this video, we are going for the database masking, that is your underlying data, how you can mask your data, how you can semi-mask, and even how you can provide more securities. So let's see what we can do this. So just have a recap, which I have already provided in my various previous videos. So DMS offers a highly efficient, secure, and comprehensive database development environment. By this, I mean that DMS makes you unable to design your database according to your own requirement. So if you want to have a stricter control that, okay, all the tables should have a primary key, and if any user is trying to create a primary key, okay, so let's take like, if any user is trying to create a table without a primary key, the DMS should deny it. So you cannot create a table. And also, if you want to streamline your entire database development, which I mean that if you want that, okay, all the changes should go through all the database environments, let's say from the staging environment, from the development, and let's do the production environment. You can have a strict control over all these things via DMS. So DMS provides various kinds of security features. You can see here that is R&D workflow, R&D specification, data security, which we will focus in this video. And just to have a quickly recap, DMS supports various databases which are mentioned here. These are not all the databases, but these databases can be on the RDS, it can be on the public network, and it can be on some other cloud. So let's try to go to the console and see how you can mask the data. So this is my DMS console, which you can have it from your Alibaba Cloud console. So in the DMS, as I mentioned previously in my videos, we have various kind of modes which have different features. So this is the free one, and this is the middle tier one, and this is the most, which is having all the features. You can add instance from this part, which we can cover in the other videos. So as I can see that I have already added 2 of my testing instance. This is my RDS MySQL, which you can always see here. So this is my MySQL, this is on cloud, and this is in the India region. So let's try to see, these are my databases, which I have already created here. And these are all of my tables. So let's try to see how we can mask the data. Let's take a table that is authors, and let's try to see what we have it here. Okay, I will select this data. Okay, now I have these data, which columns ID, first name, last name, email, birth date, and edit. That is edit on. So before proceeding, I will say the masking means if you don't want to make your data visible to your customers or within your organization, you can mask the data, you can encrypt the data. So like for example, if you want that, okay, the first name of your customer should not be visible to anyone, you can mask this data with any kind of algorithms, which I will try to show you. And then you can also mask the emails. So for that, what we can do here is that in the table name, we will see what are the security levels. So DMS provides 3 types of security levels. One is internal, which means the data will show as it is. Then the sensitive and the confidential, which is the most highest part. So in the sensitive and confidential, you can always mask your data. So let's try to see how we can do that. So let me make these 2 columns, that is first name and the email, as confidential. You can do sensitive as well. It will work similarly. So let's try to submit this change. So in the DMS, if you will make any kind of changes, it will go through the various approvals. So if I will click here, it will go through the approval. For this testing part, I am the owner of this instance. If I will approve it here, let me tell you, while submitting this request, the change request, you can also get the notification. So if you go here in the workbench part, you can see I have added my email in this one. So you can also add your email part here, which will be fine. Let's go back here. Okay, so I will approve this one here and submit. Let's try to execute the same query. It was not encrypted before, and now let's see. Now you can see the first name and the email has been completely masked. Now let's take some cases which you want to semi-mask your data and you don't want these kinds of characters like the asterisk part. How you can make it more complex. So let's go into the security part, into sensitive data. So we have data masking management, we have row level security. Data masking management means that you can design your various rules. Let's try to create a rule for designing part. I have created my own one, but I will try to show you more how you can do that. So let's try to see that into the demo, Ankit, and the data masking algorithms. So you can see we have various algorithms. We have hash, cover-up, replacement, transformation, and encryption. Encryption, as name implies, you can directly do the encryption part. We will go from the encryption part first, which will be easy to understand. So you can have data encryption algorithm, you can have advanced encryption. So let's try to see from the DES. If you want to go for some DES algorithm and you want to set the password, like for example, a demo@1234, and you have a raw data, let's say awesome day, and let's test it. So you will get this kind of masking result. And if you want to go for the AES, which requires 16-bit password, you have to increase this one. So like let's say 5678. Let's test it. Oh, we cannot have it because it needs 16-digit password. Let's try to increase it with some other one. So 1234, 1234, 1234, 1234. So we have the 16-digit part now. Now this is encrypted. This is straight away, no complexity. Let's go for the hash one part. So in the algorithm types, in the hash algorithms, we have different algorithms. In the hash one, we have MD5, we have SHA, SHA-256, HMAC. These are all the most popular algorithms already available. So let's start with the MD5. If you want to go for the MD5, you can say this type of encryption will be done. If you go for the SHA, you can go with this one. Let's try to make it controllable, how we can control the data without using algorithms. Let's say cover up. I want to use fixed position cover, and I want to use the character string ampersand sign with the 1, 4, and let's try to encrypt it. So you can see my AWES, that is my from 1 to 4 string, has been encrypted using this cover string. So you can have it more as well if you want, and test it. So you can encrypt this complete string. Let's say in those cases where you have the numbers in your part. Let's try to click transformation. Number rounding. Okay, let's try to have some number which says 678.345. Now let's say you want to round this number using the first decimal place. It will be go for the first one, that is immediate one. let's go for the 2 part. It will be 70. So in this way, you can even encrypt your data part also, and then the date rounded. You can even round your date as well, and then the character displacement. So, like for example, if you have if I will use the same string, that is awesome day, and I use 1, it will change the first letter to the last one. So you can see my A went at the last part. That depends on how your business is looking for the encryption. So we have seen all the parts. If you want to go for the replacement also, we can go for the replacement. We have map replacement. So like for example, you want to replace the string, let's say AW11XS. You can see you will see just all those 2 words. You won't see the complete part. So this is how the mainly masking algorithms works in the DMS. Let's try to create a new one. Let's go for the cover up. We can go for the fixed position cover. We will go for the cover string. Let's go for the this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And we will go for the, let's try to use hello, you look awesome. And we want to go for the string between 4 to 9, and let's encrypt it. Okay, let's make it more complex. 14, 15. Okay, now this is our testing part. Let's try to add it here. Okay, now we have added it here. We want to make sure that this particular demo Ankit should be used in our columns which we have created, the sensitive or the confidential part. So this is our database masking policies which we have. So you can see I have Ankit first name here, email here. Let's try to adjust the security level. First, modify. Let's see, we have demo Ankit, save. And if you want to same for the first name as well, let's try to change it. Demo. Okay, now we have same for both of these columns. Now let's check if the algorithm has been implemented. Going here, oops, we have seen that, okay, my these 2 columns is still not using the new algorithm. Okay, so here in the DMS, you need to apply for the semi-sensitivity permissions. So if you want that, okay, that you should use some other algorithms also, that you need to apply for the permissions. So let's go for the permission part and apply for it. So we have the sensitive column permission. So let's try to see which database I have here, Ankit. Search. Okay, so while adding here, you need to make ensure that your 2 columns, that is email and the first name or whatever your column is, should be declared as sensitive. Otherwise, it won't be available here. So let's try to add these 2 columns in here. So permission is query. You can query the data, you can export it, and you can change the sensitive column. So these are the permission levels you can apply for, and then the semi-saturation part. And the duration, like for example, if I want to have for 1 month or for 1 day, that is for my training purpose, and this is for training purpose, and I will submit it. Again, this will go for the approval, and I will receive the notification on my email if I have enabled it. Let's approve it. Submit. Okay, now this is success. Let's go back and check again. Execute. Now you can see here my these 2 columns has already been masked with the new algorithm which I have designed. So this is how masking has been done, and you need to make sure that, okay, once you have covered it up, you want to remove all those permissions. How you can revoke it? Go into the permissions, go into the sensitive column permission because you have applied for the sensitive part, and these 2 one will be here. Revoke it, release the permissions. Okay, select the permission which you want to release, and okay. Let's go back and check whether the permission has been revoked or not. execute. Okay, so this has been went back to the complete masking rule. Let's refresh it. Okay, let's make it internal again. Going back, reduce the level of this security. Again, it's going to again ask for approval. So this is how DMS is controlling each and every of your chain which you are performing. Submit. Again, it will go for the approval, the same flow which I have explained before. And let's check again whether it gives me the plain text or not. Okay, so I'm back to the normal. So this is how you can have the masking. You can even export your data which is masked. You can even control the changes also. Few more things which I wanna explain you here. Let's go back again, and you wanna mask this data. Okay, let me try to refresh it. Okay, at the security level, let me try to go back again to sensitive and apply for the permission, approve, submit. And here, if you remember, let's close this one. Let me try to open from again part. Okay, so we have already created this column as sensitive. Now let's go to the system, security, and sensitive data. So we have row level summary, low level security as well. So what this means is that if you want this data or this column should not be available to anyone, then what you can do, you can add the control group. You can create demo Ankit, add your column name, add your database instance, database name, your table name, that's authors, the field name, first name, and add it. Okay, now let's try to check whether we have this column, whether we can select this column. So we have first underscore name, underscore authors. Okay, so this is denied. This is the permission, or sorry, this is the the working of row level security, where you can restrict your readability of the particular column. This is how masking works and how you can control lower level securities. So in this video, we have covered the masking part, how you can do the semi-masking, how you can design your own masking rules, how you can create the permission, and how you can even revoke the permissions. In the later video, we will focus more on streamlining the process of the database approvals and how you can make it more efficient while designing your database development. I really hope that you have enjoyed the session today, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining.